One thing I've noticed about all these Karen videos attacking women of color, I mean, I don't remember seeing none of that in 2019. Now, I've seen a couple in 2020 during the lockdown, but after the lockdown, it just got worse. And it reminds me of a movie scene from American Gangster. Frank Lucas, who played as him? Denzel Washington. And the cop who arrested him, I don't know his name. I'll have to watch it again, but I know who played him, and that was Russell Crowe. But the thing is, within the last 2 fucking weeks, and I've ignored it because I didn't want YouTube to accuse me of inciting violence, promoting violence. I let other people who are bigger channels, like Crank Lucas, who shared a video about a couple of well, he just called one of them Karens. I'm calling them all Karens in the Victoria's Secret because I'm not under the delusion that only white women are racist feminists. When really, if you're a female of any color and you choose to be feminist, you basically claiming you are a racist. You are prejudice. You are hateful, not only to just men, but to other women and other kids of color. Even if you are a female of color, you sided with an ideology movement that sort of what the KKK does still doesn't change the fact that you aren't not like them because you can emotionally, mentally, and truly psychologically destroy someone. And that's the so called feminists' fucking weapon right there. And what they use to inflict physical pain on someone is the legal system, the cops, and the beta male providers that are in prison. That's who the feminists use to inflict physical pain. Because they know they are too weak to inflict it upon themselves. I don't mean upon themselves, I mean inflict the pain upon others by themselves. That's what I mean. But yeah, I mean, that shit's just fucking brutal. I mean, a few years ago, I recorded a video, right across the street. Two females just fucking fighting. Probably over the stupidest shit you could probably imagine. Probably some. Oh, she's the one who probably fucking used my pennies to wipe, and it gave me an STD or some shit like that. I mean, because females, they really are fucked up like that. They truly are sicko in the head like that. But how dare, you know, forcing a female to be psychologically analyzed? But they want to force men to be psychologically analyzed because they don't believe what a man is saying. They don't believe he's trying to be honest. But if that's the case, I mean, you're accusing of someone something you actually did. But yeah, I'm just gonna mention his name. I'm not gonna share the link in the description. It just. I'm not a big channel. I'm not trying to be a big channel. YouTube's making sure that's going to happen too, anyways. Yeah, and I'm all right with that because, because if you've known me from my two other previous channels that I grouped into this one channel, I talked about why I started doing gaming live streams, why I started talking about what I'm personally dealing with. And it just, I mean, I was still having problems with the cops and certain relatives before the lockdown, but I know my logic sounds kind of like, yeah, I don't believe that he was being treated like that. But, after the lockdown, when the cops realized the people who was actually visiting where I live, those were the landlord's relatives. And I never tried to um associate with them. Not because I didn't, want to be what do you call that? I'm an introvert. The place where I wanted to live was out in the middle of nowhere, doing my own thing away from people. I didn't associate with them, not because I didn't like them, not because I thought they didn't like me, but because I'm not a sociable person. And I've tried to express that to his relatives. Yeah, I'm here to pay bills. You know, he, he's letting me rent out a spot. I don't try to cause no problems. I don't bring nobody over here that's gonna fuck up the place. And during the lockdown, I stopped seeing cops and undercover cars, mobbing this area. But now that another Democrat is in office, I'm seeing more and more cops, wanting to harass me, just like when Obama was president. And I started to wonder why, even during Trump's time, some cops, you see, only one cop and a couple of relatives were actually still trying to fucking piss me off during Trump's presidency, and it wasn't working because they didn't have nobody else to help them piss me off. Because everybody started minding their own fucking business and leaving me the fuck alone. And realizing I wasn't the one bringing no fucking bad medicine to my grandmother's tribe. Yes, I did do bad medicine on her tribe, but I didn't bring it there for others to get hooked on it. I didn't sell nothing to nobody. Beyond weed, yeah, I sold weed to people on my grandma's wrist. I mean, I ain't ever heard of nobody ODing on weed, or somebody be like, "Oh, I'm high. I'm gonna go get behind the wheel and drive." Most of the time, even when I'm on weed, I either want to smoke more, eat, play video games, or I want a female's company. And believe me, I've smoked a shit ton of weed, and not once have I OD'd on it. But I was accused of selling pills, the worst kind, on my grandma's wrist. What they found out through the lockdown, 3/4 of the year of the lockdown, they finally realized anybody who came to where I was living, they came to visit the landlord. Nobody came to see me. Nobody came to talk to me. Nothing. Except say, "Hey, hi, how you doing, But other than that, nothing. I mean, it just. I mean, the other problem I had though last year, that's a different topic, but I mean, I really can't wait for this Trump's platform to fucking really get going. Because the only two platforms I got left to work with is YouTube and the PlayStation. That's it. That's all I get to use. And the only time I get to share anything on my PlayStation wall is just other gaming related content. I don't get to share no fucking MGTOW red pill shit on there. But they probably would let me share some sicko shit and consider that okay. But yeah, I can't wait till Trump's platform gets up and going. I mean, I'm tired of this fucking censorship.